6 o'clock on the dot this morning. We want to thank you for waking up with us. I'm Justin Andrews. Whew, Leah, let's talk about the aftermath. Those storms blew through Friday into early Saturday. We're dealing with a lot of aftermath, seeing a lot of damage, and those storms have proven to be deadly.
And it just goes to show the extent of how strong this system is.
Leah, wild weather these last few days. Thanks so much. For some, the impact of the strong storms that blew through will be forever. At least 12 people in Missouri lost their lives in the storms, including 2 right here in the St. Louis area. Our First Alert 4 crews have been analyzing the area, surveying the damage all over. You can see that here from Rolla to Villa Ridge, Florissant to Arnold. Let's begin with Kimberly Donahue, where fear has turned into frustration for people in Jefferson County. Now, officials say there were no major injuries in Arnold, but that's sadly not the case elsewhere in the state. New information from Missouri Highway Patrol reveals to us that a woman was killed in a crash on Interstate 55 in Jefferson County after she lost control driving through water on the highway. The second death is in North County on Wintergreen Drive near Florissant. A woman found dead in her backyard early yesterday morning. Police say it appears that she was electrocuted after coming in contact with downed power lines. The largest number of deaths in Wayne County, Missouri. That's about 2 hours south of St. Louis. The coroner says 6 people were killed there. 5 of those victims died while staying at campgrounds. Let's look at this video here from the height of the storms, giving us the view from West St. Louis County. When the lightning hits, you can see that distinctive funnel. There it goes there. We know the National Weather Service is still working to confirm tornadoes in our area. And if it wasn't for spring break, students at Parkway Central High School in Chesterfield might have seen snapped power poles and a peeled back roof. Look at this. Notice all of the damage on the ground there. Staff at the school say that they hold business classes here and computers did take a hit, but otherwise no impact to classes when kids return in a week. Let's head to Franklin County now. It took a direct hit. Our team coverage continues with First Alert 4's Nathan Vickers from Villa Ridge. People there counting their blessings. This morning, over 50,000 people are still in the dark across the bi-state. Ameren crews on both sides of the river are working around the clock to restore power, but it's a big job with hundreds of thousands losing electricity at the height of this weekend storm. This is a live look at Ameren's outage map here. There are currently close to 50,000 customers sitting in the dark in Missouri. The largest numbers are in St. Louis, Jefferson, and Franklin counties. Ameren, Illinois is reporting about 8,000 people without power there. Well, First Alert 4 caught up with crews working to get the lights back on in Bellefontaine Neighbors. The storms obviously caused all kinds of problems. Crews repairing substations and transmission lines. They also have more than 100 utility poles that need to be replaced. We wanted to know when Ameren customers could expect to see their power back on. Today's St. Patrick's Day parade and celebration in Florissant canceled due to the damage from Friday's storm. That's exactly where we find our First Alert 4's Caroline Hecker. Caroline, are you able to see any damage out there where you are? Yeah, from severe storms to snow. Caroline, welcome to Missouri. We know we live here. We got to deal with it. Thanks so much. President Donald Trump now seeing pushback after invoking a rarely used law dating back to more than 200 years. Next, right here on First Alert 4, how he's responding. That's coming up after the break. The talents and lyricism of an up-and-coming rapper is getting recognized on a national stage, and a much-anticipated sequel is coming to a theater near you. I've got your weekly entertainment recap that's coming up on the other side of the break. Business owners in Rolla are now left wondering what's next after Friday's storms. Still ahead right here on First Alert 4, our storm coverage continues on the other side of the break. Stay with us. Now, it is almost 6:30 on this Sunday morning. It is March 16th. Yeah, looking wet this morning from the Central West End. That's Kings Highway. You can see from the pavement, it is still wet. I know at one point we saw some snowflakes in some parts of the area. This view, thanks to our Ford Skycam, it's about 35 degrees out there. We want to thank you for waking up this morning. I know you're probably like, wait, we had severe weather. Now we saw some snow this morning. What is going on? And of course, we've got the best person to explain it. Leah Hill, what happened?
Well, I mean, so much. It's just kind of
All right, Liv, we'll check in with you soon. Let's talk about this. Business is blown out by the storm in Rolla, about 100 miles southwest of St. Louis, and gone too the livelihoods built over decades. Lauren Traeger with a look at how people are rebuilding this weekend. Let's talk sports now. Cardinals spring training only has 9 games left on the slate before they return to Busch Stadium to face off against the Minnesota Twins. Earlier this week, right-handed reliever Phil Maton joined the Cardinals. He pitched for the Mets and before that, the Rays. This is his 9th season in the big leagues. He appeared in 6 postseason games during the Mets' run to the NL Championship Series. He was unscored upon 25 of his 31 games pitched for New York last season. The Blues entered last night's matchup with the Wild. 2 points out of the wild card spot, and boy, did the Blues offense capitalize on the opportunity to move up in the standings. One guy in particular, we're talking about Jordan Kyrou. The forward recorded his 5th career hat trick, getting goal number 3 on an empty netter. Kyrou has a good history against the Wild, too. He's now got 15 goals in 23 games against Minnesota. First Alert 4 is teaming up with your St. Louis Blues to bring you even more hockey. On Tuesday, March 25th, Blues host Montreal at Enterprise. The game is airing exclusively on Matrix Midwest, available on Channel 32, free over the air, and on Spectrum, Channel 6. City SC was back in the 3-1-4 last night, treating fans to their first win at Energizer Park this season and shutting out the Sounders for their first ever win over Seattle. They were without goalkeeper Roman Berkey, who suffered a small fracture.
Live, First Alert 4 starts now.
We are in the 7 o'clock hour this morning. You're taking a live look in downtown St. Louis. That's a pretty wide view of the Gateway Arch. Typically, it's a little bit zoomed in, but you're probably noticing a temperature dip. You'll probably notice maybe some snowflakes this morning. It's certainly a wet one out there for you. Again, it's about 34 degrees out there. 7:01. We want to thank you for waking up with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Justin Andrews. Let's get a quick check of the weather with meteorologist Leah Hill. My goodness, this morning I was driving in, I saw rain, but I saw some snowflakes, and I'm like, all of this after severe storms? Like, whoa, talk about weather whiplash.
It's been quite the ride these last.
7:25, kicking off your weekly entertainment recap after years of putting in the hard work. Doechii, this woman right behind me here, now getting her deserved recognition. This week, she was named Billboard's 2025 Woman of the Year. Business owners in Rolla are now left wondering what is next after Friday night's storm. Still ahead right here on 4, our storm coverage continues.